You're listening to The Next 15, a podcast show for the binge listener covering random topics such as relationships, current news, and everyday life issues. My name is Trey North, and for the next few minutes, I hope to make you laugh, educate, and inspire you. Welcome to the Next 15 podcast show. It's Trey North. It's 7 o'clock, and you know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the Next 15 podcast show, and we are live right here from Austin, Texas, and I have my co-host, Chris McAllister.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is always good to be back in the saddle.
And I can't forget, she's in the chat room. She's moderating tonight. It's Andrea Clark. Hi, how you doing, Andrea?
Hey everybody, I can't see your face, but hit me up in the place.
Oh man, it feels so good to be right here at the Next 15 podcast. We've been about almost 3 weeks out on hiatus, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
How's it going, man?
Man, it's actually going really good. Thank you for the time off, because I much needed it, sir.
Hey, Erica Vargas, how are we doing out there? Can you hear us? Is everything good over in your end, Erica? Let us know. Type us real quick. Andrew, how you been?
I've been good, thank you.
Want to give a shout out to Juan Alaman from the 80s Hour.
Juan Alaman, what's going on, man?
And don't forget about the Wrestling Way Back podcast. Happy New Year's to everybody. I know it's about the middle of January, but that's when we decided to come back. Well, season 3 with all new episodes with brand new content.
Yes,
we want
sir.
to welcome everybody on the website at next15podcast.com. All of you downloaders that loves to download us when we're not live. And guess what? We're over there in Clubhouse.
Yes, sir.
If you want to tune in Clubhouse, we'll be also taking what are we going to be doing?
Dude, we're going to be, as we talk through the night, man, we'll be taking kind of questions, a little bit of everything, man.
Yeah.
You can get us on the chat. You can get us in Clubhouse if you're listening all over the world, good sir.
Well, guess what? Without further ado, we're going to be talking about, from the topic, Chameleon. How genuine are we really? Are we blending in just to fit in? And do we have chameleon tendencies when it comes to social skills and social outings?
Yeah.
Join us right here for tonight's topic. Again, it's Chameleon right here on the Next 15, and it starts right now.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, this one probably got everybody. What is a chameleon? Well, let me tell you what a chameleon is. According to Webster's definition, it's a type of lizard that can change its color of skin to looks like the colors that's around it. But also, guys, Webster's definition is a person who often changes his or her beliefs or behavior in order to please each other or please others to succeed.
Right.
So, and then it gave another reference, man, one that is subject to quick or frequent change, especially in appearance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something else there, good sir.
Yeah. So we know that chameleons and people share some commonalities.
Right. Right.
People adapt just like a chameleon. People defend like a chameleon. People blend like a chameleon. And people have those moods like chameleons. Dude. Let's talk about the adaptation, the adapt part of a chameleon and how it applies to us as people.
Yeah,
just general.
So when you start talking, mostly when you start talking about chameleons, man, one thing I love about a chameleon is that it doesn't matter where a chameleon goes, it is able to adapt, but not just to adapt, how quickly it's able to adapt. And there are some people that have that innate ability to walk into a room and immediately adapt to the atmosphere of the room, man. Wow. And it's crazy, man. I know a couple of people like that. I used to think I could do it, man, until I got into some big rooms, man. And you kind of get intimidated by the room. And if you have a certain style of personality, man, you get into these rooms or you get into certain atmospheres, man, where you try to adapt, but you don't know how to, and that's one thing I do. I like about a real good chameleon is that they can they can go into a different atmosphere, never been there before,
Right.
and then know how to adapt to the room. You know what I mean?
That's like some people are able to do that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like some people are able to just quickly blend in, copy and paste, if you will.
Right.
And just get into their surroundings. We have a lot of people doing that. And when I say adapt, not necessarily in a positive way. There could be
Right.
some that adapt in a negative way.
Right,
That'll
like-
fit in and blend in. But
Or you got the people that think they're adapted and they go into a blue room with camouflage on.
hey, Shamika, we see you out there. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Like, when it comes to that, like when we do we really mean what we say when we greet people? I'm just asking.
That's a good question.
Like hi, how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we really do we really care, or is it just a what we call a formality answer, a formal answer?
Yeah, I think we just at that point, not all of us, let me not say that, but a lot of people, have you ever been having a bad day and somebody greets you in a happy tone and you respond in a happy tone even though you don't feel happy? They'd be like, "Hey, how are you?" And then you get that upper voice like, "Oh, fine, how are you?" You don't feel that way at all. You be like, "That's an absolute lie. Like, my day is going horribly right now." But I think it's more of the formality of things, man, and that's to me is the funny part, is that once that's of course the chameleon portion of the thing, man,
like the high pitched voice, like the high pitch that goes there. Yeah, I get it. I don't know, Andrew, what do you think? I mean, like when you ask somebody how they doing, are you really genuine when you ask them, like, or does it depend on like
the situation?
Who's your friend?
No, it depends on what mood I'm in.
It depends on your mood.
Yes. So if I'm in a good mood, you're going to get the high pitch. If I'm in a not so good mood, you're going to get that dry.
And so with that, okay. So you say it's depending on your mood, right? Mm-hmm. So is it a? Can I say this? Can people at some point in time change your mood with their hellos? Like, say for you're having a bad day, but due to the fact that they're having that high pitched voice, yeah. So due to them having that high pitched voice, it don't change your attitude at all. Like, is there certain people that you can talk to that actually gets that make you change your mood when they say hello to you?
Bill collectors.
That's
Touché.
for real. I'll give you that.
Touche, mon frere.
I'll give you that one. A bill collector.
Yeah,
Yes.
touche. You know what? Bill collectors. You know what? For some reason, when people call my house, not necessarily bill collectors, but when it goes to the point of like the school calls me for my children, that changes my mood. Or your ex, when your ex call you out of the blue, or your baby daddy or your baby mama call you out of the blue, that can definitely change how you feel.
It can.
So like when you ask somebody what they're doing, like being engaged, in what they're saying, being engaged. Oh, like, do you really like how you doing? How do you feel? Is it really, really genuine though? Like to people that you don't know, like maybe your homegirl, maybe maybe your family member, but is it really genuine? You know what I mean? Like,
I think it could be genuine if you personally know someone, if their relationship is personal, but I don't think, I'm sorry. Yeah. If it's personal, the relationship is personal, but if it's a stranger, I think it's fake. I don't think it's real.
I don't know. Hey, Jacqueline. Hey, Shamika. Hey, Bree. Who else is in there?
Hey, family, how y'all doing?
Hey, Gail, how you doing? Happy New Year to y'all. I don't know, man. I think, like, okay, let me give you an example. Like when we disagree with someone, are we really giving them a genuine response, or are we just agreeing with them out of respect? Like your boss or your closest friend, or people that you're close, even people that you're close to.
Okay, that's good. That's a good question. It depends on the situation, man. Like there's times that, you know, it's better that this what comes with the adaptability. Sometimes it's better just to, you know, go along to get along. You know what I mean? You have to just go along to get along at that point, man. And so in regards to that, there are times where I just agree with my boss because it's a losing battle if I try to, you know, have you ever agreed when you know for sure they're absolutely wrong?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah.
Absolutely,
and then you sit back and be like, watch this trade wreck.
I tried to tell him.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
What's going on in the chat room, Andrea?
Oh, well, Shamika just said, "Fake it till you make it."
Is that really being a chameleon?
Fake it. Well, yeah.
Fake
Is
it
a
till
chameleon really orange? Or isn't he? Because he can be whatever you want to be.
Touche. That is a good question.
I'm just saying.
Like that's, you know what, and you know what, that is maybe a misconception, dude. Is it fake when you have to adapt?
I don't think it's necessarily fake when you have to adapt. Because we all can't have it our way. Okay. I mean, like everything can't be our way. Like at work, we might not agree with all of our coworkers or whatever, but you can agree, you can disagree with what they're saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, you still have to adapt to your environment. You know what I'm saying?
Touché.
Like if you don't like what your boss told you to do, you don't necessarily might agree with it, but you sit out and do with your job in order to get your paycheck.
Right. So is it then now fake if you do what it takes to get ahead in life? Like you're adapting to the situation. Like, okay, for instance, let's give an example. So let's talk about your job. Let's say you have a boss. Okay, and you figure out that boss is, you know, they love scary movies. Now you hate scary movies, right? Okay. You hate it with a passion. But all you do is talk about scary movies with your boss because it gives a deeper connection because you're trying to move ahead in the company. Is that being fake?
Yep.
Or is that adapting to the situation?
I think that's for adapting.
Is that a word?
It is now.
Coin that, brother. I like that.
That's for adapting. Hey guys, that now when y'all at work starts that you for adapting.
You for adapting.
Okay, Jacqueline Hammett said, "I try to be genuine in all situations. Go along to get along."
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to. I think you do. Yeah, I really do. If you guys in the chat room, we'll open up the lines, 512-827-9164, 512-827-9164.
I don't consider that being fake, dude. I consider that doing what's necessary. You know what I mean? Like I feel.
But you hate scary movies, so how can you talk about something that you hate? You don't watch.
But I mean, listen, you know, a chameleon, like you said, is a chameleon orange? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or is it he? Or is it she? You know, at that point, like, and then, okay, here's the thing. A chameleon does what it needs to do for survival.
You know what? That's true. Okay. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not being fake.
Yeah, like he's doing that because he has to survive. And if he doesn't adapt, he's going to be eaten alive by that hawk that's up in the sky looking for him not to adapt. You know what I mean? And so I look at that in life. There are so many people, man, that are looking for you to not adapt so they can swoop in and take your increase or your upgrade. You know what I mean? Like,
ooh, that's good. That's good. We got any more comments in there?
Yes. So Miss Gail said it's adapting, but may become fake if you go too much into what they like and you aren't, and you really not interested. And Bree said, "Do y'all remember the rapper Chameleon?"
yeah.
Riding dirty.
Chameleonaire.
Yes.
Chameleonaire. Yeah.
They
Right
be
dirty.
rolling. They hate it. Yeah, I heard that.
So I get what you're saying. You. Well, I mean, yeah. But that's truth. I mean,
Yeah.
we have to adapt.
Right.
I mean, with COVID, we're adapting.
Right.
We're adapting with COVID.
Right.
So I mean, I get that.
Right.
Then let me switch it. Then
Okay.
what about how we dress?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you really don't wear Jordans, but your homies, you going out and you got that pair of J's that you only wear when the fellas is around, or
Okay.
or ladies, you don't really wear that Skippy outfit until you get with some of your friends that do.
Right. You finna go out there and party, you know?
Yep. Is that really you?
Yeah. That's adaptation. Like, you're adapting to the surround. Like,
Is that for adapting?
for adapting, yeah. I would say so. Like, I would say so because, again,
Like flat app?
flat.
That's flat app.
Dude, I mean, okay. I agree with that. I would say yes, because the simple fact is, if you only have one pair of Jordans or quote unquote, like we used to say back when we were kids, you know, when your mama say church shoes, you know what I mean? Like, if that's not what you wear, then it's not what you wear. Like, to this day, I've bought one pair of Jordans in my entire life. And I only wore them when I was around my homeboys who wore Jordans.
Wow.
That's so crazy because you brought that up, and it hit me.
I wasn't saying it was you, okay?
No, I know. I'm just saying
Because I didn't have no Jordans.
Well, I'm just saying it hit me because I really didn't recognize it until you just said that. Like, yeah, I bought a pair because the homeboys I had at that time wore Jordans. I mean, we just wore J's. I got that one pair, said I'll never spend that much money on a pair of J's again. You know, and I only wore them a couple of times and I gave them away. So, yeah, I'm a chameleon is what I'm trying to tell you.
No, you were for that.
I'm for adapting.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to dig in a little bit.
Okay.
On the funny side of it.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit
okay.
when we come back. Y'all keep it locked right here on the Next 15. Hey everyone, the Next 15 has an all-new episode this Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Spreaker.com. Get ready for live interaction in our chat room as we kick off the new year with Season 3 and all new episodes. Join Trey North and guest co-hosts Chris McAllister and Andrea Clark live this Friday, January the 15th, beginning at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Spreaker.com. We'll see you on the Next 15. You're listening to the Next 15 podcast show with Trey North on Spreaker.com. Welcome back to the Next 15 podcast show. I'm back with Chris McAllister and Andrea on tonight. Chameleon. We're talking about how people are alike with chameleons.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about adapting and surviving and blending in.
Yeah.
And how people do that in order to maneuver through life.
Right.
Basically.
Sometimes to just survive.
Yep, to just survive. I mean, I love this. This segment right here is going to be, for me, it's funny.
Okay.
Because
okay, here we go.
I'll be for adapting. I think I'll be for adapting sometime, y'all.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Bree, I said I ain't never had no Jordans. Anyway, okay, so
Okay.
I catch myself doing this all the time.
All right.
I'm at work, right?
Okay.
And I'm at work with a lot of different people. I see, you know, like nice looking women because I work near a gym.
Okay.
I see not so pretty women.
Okay.
I see homeboys. I see dogs. I see pets. And for some reason, every time I see a dog, I go to this high pitched voice. Like, I talk like this, y'all. But then I see a dog, I'll be like, "Hey, little buddy. Hey, buddy." Like what? And I catch myself and I can't stop myself. I can't stop. I'm like, hey man, hey, like what? and they walk away and I'll be like, what in the heck was that? You know, like, am I the only one that do that?
So no.
Okay.
I'll give you that, bro.
Okay.
Like I'll give you that. I do the same thing with dogs, but it's even worse for me with children.
I know, right?
Why do we go into baby talk? Even the child's like 6 or 7, like they understand English in regular tone voice, but for a brand new child that you meet, you always get that high pitch baby voice, like, "Hey, little buddy," or "Hey, little mama, how are you?"
Like,
it's like, "What are you doing today, huh?" He's like, "I'm 7." It's like I'm on the Xbox.
I think we do it so we don't. Well, you might do it because you're scared of the dog.
Touche.
like on that movie, White Chicks, when Sean was like with that big old dog.
Big old
like,
dog.
Hey, little buddy. Hey. like, or some people might use that tone because it sounds less offensive. Or less
aggressive.
Aggressive. That's the word. Less aggressive.
Yeah. I guess. You know, and that might be true in some sense, but that's not the truth for me. Like, I could be talking to.
So why do you do it?
I don't know, because I'm a chameleon. That's no, just listen. No, but like I don't know. Like, but with babies and dogs, I do that all the time. Or with people I don't know.
Yeah,
like people
that's
I
true.
don't know. Like I go to a higher register. Maybe it goes more to the offensive part there, like, because I can't have a deeper voice at times when I'm just laid back, but when I meet somebody for the first time, I do have a higher register, like, hey, like,
hey,
yeah,
like it. I think it. I don't want to offend anybody that's listening. Okay, that's in our rainbow community,
right?
But I think sometimes I sound gay when I do it. Like, I walk in Starbucks and I know everybody in there, and I'm like, "Hey guys," like, wait a minute, that's not how I talk. I'll be like, "Hey, can I get a cinnamon dolce latte with 2 pumps of raspberry, no foam and no whip, please?" They be like, "Yeah, hey, how you doing, Trevor?" I'll be like, "Hey, how you, Kiana?" "Hey, yeah." I'm like, "What?" I walk out of there going, scratching my hand, going, "Why did I just do that?"
I don't know. It's to survive. It's
But
it's.
I'm not offended. I'm not intimidated. I just like, if they're talking in that tone, like, "Hey, Trevor," and some of my baristas are gay, and they're real cool. I'm real cool with them. I talk to them, and they go, "Hey, Trevor," and I'll be like, "What's up?" Like, what am I doing with myself?
I guess I mean, you're adapting because I guess you're wanting them to feel comfortable around you. Like,
but I feel comfortable around them.
Exactly, but I'm saying you want them to feel comfortable around you. Maybe, you know what I mean. So you give the same tone, but it's almost to the point of not even just, oh my God, not even just the tone. It could be wording at times.
Yeah.
Like, when you really talking about adapting, is you can use the same wording or phrases as other people to adapt to kind of position yourself better in that quote unquote community or conversation. Like like me and Trey got this we got this saying that we say to the brohemage. Like, we do brohem, we have different variations of that. And so we have found that a lot of guys who stay around us for a little bit, and we start having a conversation, they'll start using our verbiage. They'll be like, "What's going on, bro? Hemage?" I got guys at my job that do that now because I'm the boss, and they know I'll say it, and they'll be like, "What's going on, bro? Hem?"
Yeah, I do it all the time. I'm like, I think I got that word from Chris.
Yeah, like, and so again,
so we pick up verbiage.
Yeah,
we adapt.
You adapt.
We're blending.
You're blending. Now, again, you can say that to me, but then you can't say that around your boss. You know what I'm saying? Your boss.
But let me ask you this, and maybe you guys in the chat room can help me out. Please, I would love to hear what you have to say on this.
Absolutely.
512-827-9164. Now, is that offensive? And I'm saying that because I also catch myself.
Okay.
I am so embarrassed right now. I'm putting myself on Front Street right now.
Yeah,
Real talk.
You're putting yourself on thin ice right now, bro. Just letting you know that.
Listen, I'm being so transparent right now.
Okay.
Like, okay, I love you, Juan. I know you're listening. Sometimes, like my Hispanic people, like I have a. I know he's not gonna listen to this. Maybe he is. I don't know. I love him though. His name is Oscar or Oscar, and he'll be like, "Hey, Travis," you know. And I'll be like, "Hey, Oscar," you know. Like, and then we be talking, you know, he be like, yeah, man, how's the weather out there? And I'd be like, yeah, man, the weather. And I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I can't control myself. I'm talking like him. I didn't took on his dialect.
Right.
I didn't took on, you know, the way he talks. The one says,
We love you,
like, why do I do especially one that doesn't speak English as well, and they be like, you know, I don't have no, and I be like, you don't have no dick. I'm like, I don't talk like that. Why can't I just talk like me?
Because I guess it's almost like we try to get
on their level.
Well, either on their level, but you want them to understand you, because you know what I'm saying, like. If that's the lingo, or if that's the cadence that they understand,
yeah, I guess so.
Then maybe because I do it too, man. I do it too. You know what? My wife is not on the podcast right now, but I'm gonna use her as an example. My wife does this English dialect, and so if she gets around anybody who speaks a English dialect, she goes into this ridiculous English accent.
Or like accent like
that. Yeah, like that. It's the dude, she gets into this thing, dude, and it is the most embarrassing thing. Like, cause she be trying to talk to people like she has an English accent, dude. And I can't even replicate it, because it's so funny to me, man, when she goes into it. One day we were in the grocery store, and a lady walked up to our buggy, because we were getting some cereal, something from the kids. It was years ago, and she's reaching for something on the counter, and she was like, the lady was like, "Excuse me," and so she had an English accent, and before I could even turn to my wife to say, "No, don't you do it," my wife had already struck up a conversation with this lady talking in this English accent. Oh my goodness. And I was like,
hello.
You're like, hello, man. Like, exactly,
hello,
bro.
mate.
Oh my goodness. And the lady's talking to my wife like it's okay. And in my mind, I'm like, you racist son of a gun.
But you know what? Wait, before I do that, Andrew, anybody in the chat room what's going on over there? Because I can't see.
Okay. Miss Gail say you have a special condition.
I do.
And Shamika said makes people feel more comfortable.
Okay. They said you got
I do.
I'm sorry.
Issues.
You're absolutely right, Ms.
But
Gail.
you know what? Now see, now we're saying, now I'm gonna turn it around.
Okay.
Because when a white person comes up and tries to talk black,
we
be like, nah, bruh.
Mm-hmm. Touche.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll give you that.
They be, because I'll be immediately like, I almost said the N word. Yeah. Joker, you don't talk like that. Be trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so that.
See, why are we offended, but we do it to everybody else?
So the next question is, are they being chameleons, or are we just offended by them being chameleons?
I feel like you're always trying to take something. You're trying to take that too.
Oh my God, you're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? You took Prince. You took Little Richard. Now you're gonna take that too.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm on one, y'all. I'm
Miss
sorry.
Gail said people change their voice when talking to the opposite sex.
Ah, that's a good one, Miss Gail.
That's a good one, Miss Gail. Okay, you know what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's right.
Yep.
Okay. Miss Andrea, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
So do your voice inflection change when you talk to a guy versus a female?
Yes, it does.
It does. So, like, does it go higher? Does it go lower? Like, do you talk faster or slower? Like, what is it?
It goes higher and you talk slower.
Okay. Because for me, if I talk to a lady, now again, it depends on if it's the first time I've ever met this lady. I generally talk slower because I naturally talk fast. So I do change how I talk a little bit when I'm talking to a lady for the first time. And so, because I've always been told that you talk fast. So I'd be like, well, hey, so thank you for coming.
I talk softer.
Do you?
Yeah. Once again.
Exactly.
I'd be like, how you doing? I think that got me out of a lot of chicks. They probably thought I was like
sugary
in my tank, bro.
Hey guys, Pastor Kill said, "Oh bloody heck" in my British accent.
Of course,
her husband. Of
course, she would be listening. Sorry, baby.
I don't know. I just think I think it is to blend and to adapt. But I think it could be quite offensive. I think some people might take it offensive.
Yeah.
Because we do when somebody, when you Asian walk up and be talking all black, right, or talking with slang and all that.
I got you. I got a question. I know we're talking about Chameleon, but what makes black talk and what makes white talk? Because you know how black people be use your white tone. You know what I mean?
I know. Like,
use your job interview voice.
Like if you need the police to come to your house. Hello, this is Trevor, and I want to report something. This is outrageous.
You start using words that you don't know. This is preposterous.
They're for adapting here. I don't know.
I mean, are we adapting? I mean,
are we talking like that to get a job?
Exactly. Like you adapt.
But what is correct English? That's not neither white. That's not I'm just saying correct English is not subject to white people, black people, Asian people.
Absolutely. I agree. But it's still,
But neither is slang or urban. That's they have dictionaries for us black people.
Right.
Well, I'm not fully black, but
right. You're there. Don't get it wrong. You get pulled over, they're definitely going to treat you like one.
Like, sir, why did you pull me over? I have insurance. My credit score is 800, I promise. No, this guy over here, I don't know.
Dude, absolutely. But yeah, like I think at some point we could adapt to that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, guys, I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you talk when you get around a man of God? Do you blend in?
That coming from you?
No, it's coming from Pastor Kim.
Okay.
Oh, Kim McAllister.
So do you blend in when you talk to, like when you're talking to a man of God?
When you're around a man of God, do you blend in? How do you talk?
So I would say when you're talking to a man of God, it depends on the conversation. Like to blend in would be to adapt to the conversation that's going on at the time. Now if you're talking, because some people, here's what people do too. When they're talking to a man of God or a woman of God, people try to sound deep. You know what I mean? They try to sound deep when talking to it, thinking that pastors don't have regular conversations.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying now.
You know what I mean?
So you're saying the type of conversation.
Yeah.
And she's no, but your wife was saying, let me make sure. Did she say tone? Can you read the question again?
How do you talk when you're around a man of God? Do you blend in?
Like, do you blend in?
Okay, yeah. So that could be tone. That could be the type of conversation you have.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna call somebody out over here.
Do you blend in and act all holy?
Well, Andrea, let's ask you
That
that
sounds
question.
just like my
That
wife.
sounds like Andrea because hey, what up, Rod? Andrea be like, hey, Pastor Chris, hey, Pastor Kim, but when I be talking to her, she be like, rah, rah, rah. She's whatever, Trevor. I told y'all gonna be there for the podcast. She do. She don't even say Whataburger right. She be like, I'm gonna say Whataburger. Like she yelling. Like, why is you hollering? Whataburger. Like a rock waller.
Oh my God. Okay.
But then when I'm just saying, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say to answer Pastor Kim's Kim's question. I think we do. Like a first lady, me, I'd be hey first, I'd be like, hey first lady. There the high pitch goes.
The high pitch.
Yeah, hey first lady. Hey first lady, how you doing today? Good to see you.
Right.
Now I don't do all the blessed and highly favored, all the rituals you go down through there.
But a lot of people do that. That's what I was talking about. Is that holy, when they go to the pastor, they be like that blessed and highly favored. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored, and of the Lord. And I just asked how you were doing. That's I get that you're blessed and highly favored, and I get it. Don't get me wrong, and nothing against that. But there are times I have seen people talk to me a certain way and immediately turn around and talk to somebody else in a different tone.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's
I'm like, y'all wasn't talking to me like that. And sometimes I feel like that's not fair. Like, I'm normal. You know what I mean?
Right.
It makes me feel like I'm the outcast. Like, I'm normal. You can talk to me.
But you know what? And I think it's because, number one, I'll give it, since we're talking about that, I think it's because the respect that you hold for the pastor.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Your tone and your demeanor and even people are comedians even in their body language.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, and so I think it's the respect that they have for you.
Gotcha.
And I think that's why, and this could be another podcast, but I think that's why it's so, a lot of pastors like to have just a small circle of people they can be themselves with, so that they aren't judged, or they might, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you are a person too, and all you're looking for is really a genuine response or just genuine conversation, rather than the colloquialism. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, hey guys. So Miss Gail said that's true, or try to sound more intelligent around a man or woman of God.
Mm-hmm.
And Rod said sounding like they wrote the Bible.
Right, man. Yeah, we get a lot of that. We get a lot of that.
Yeah, we get a lot of blessed and highly favored. Too blessed to be stressed. Ain't he good? Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's hilarious. Like, won't he do it? It's like, won't he do what?
But is it? I mean, is that fake though? Is that for adapting?
I
think it is.
I think it is.
See, I think when you're genuine, you're just genuine.
Gotcha.
You get. I mean, I understand that there is a level of what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, you have to show some type of humanity or some type of, you got to put on some type of best behavior clothes.
Yeah.
You don't go all the way in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Well, think about it this way. You know what? Think about it this way. You go to your doctor and you sit down in your doctor's office and he comes in or she comes in and says, how you doing? The first thing you'll be like, not good, doc. That's why I'm here. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Now,
that's true.
But again, I understand that's the profession. You're in the doctor's office, so you're not going to sit here and lie and say I'm great. No, you're in here, so there's a problem somewhere, right? But it's to the point where outside of that, and you don't want people to be in your business and all that good stuff. But sometimes it's good to be like, I'm doing good. You know, I ain't gonna say I'm doing great. That ain't negative. It's just being real.
Yeah,
it's what I don't like is when people try to adapt and make their life seem like they're doing great, and we're like, listen, we just seen your car get repoed. Like, you can't be doing that good right
now. Okay, guys. Pastor Kim said people also like to blend in when they go to church. Although they say come as you are, people eventually begin to dress like the congregation.
Touche.
Now that's something I never did. Yeah. Obviously, if you've been to church with me, because if you wear a suit, I'm not gonna have on jeans and a polo, or something. But yeah, I can see that people.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Blend in so that they don't look. Yeah. Good thing that we say come as you are, because pastors don't really, I guess, unless you come in.
But here, and again, that's the people adapting again to the church. Like I don't think you can stay in a place too long and one or the other doesn't change one or the other.
Well, I mean, that's the point of church. Like, you're going to church to change. So are you a chameleon because you decided to do something better with your life?
Well, no, I don't think you're a chameleon at that point, because a chameleon will change for that section, and then when they go back outside, they'll put on the clothes that they had.
Isn't that what church people do sometimes?
Well,
I mean, come on, let's keep it real.
Touche. I'll give you that.
You just came out of the club at 3 a.m. and you're in the church like hallelujah.
With this suit on, just to go back to the club after you get out of church. You know, but that's a lot of people do that. Still doing that. Yeah. But there's a difference between adapting and changing.
That's true. Yeah,
there's a difference in adapting and changing. And so when you get into that atmosphere, there's a change that happens. And so that means you'll never go back to being orange. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean? So now you're blue.
That's good. I tell you, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Rod said, I'm stumping on the devil's neck today. But then I just seen your Facebook post doing the busted challenge. Really?
I like some of those sayings. I think Shamika said, I saw it in the chat room, says, glad to be in the land of the living. My favorite one is good to be seen and not viewed. Yeah. But you know what? Let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I want to get a little just serious for a moment. Okay. On this chameleon thing, because at the end of the show, at the end of the day, we love to help people. So when we come back, we're going to talk about chameleon, but we're going to talk about it on different twists on it when we come back. Right here on the Next 15. Hi, this is Trey North, and I wanted to take this time to thank you for listening to tonight's show. I sincerely hope that you're enjoying this week's podcast. That's why I'm asking you for a small favor. I need your help in spreading the word about the Next 15 podcast show to your friends, coworkers, and family members. Our goal is to provide you quality content with knowledge and a little bit of laughter. We understand that the word of mouth is the most effective form of advertising. And that's why we need your support. Tell your friends, your coworkers, and your family members to follow us at Next 15 Podcasts on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter platforms. They can also find us on YouTube at Next 15 Podcast Show, or they can visit the website at next15podcast.com. We really appreciate you, and thank you in advance for letting everyone know about the Next 15 Podcast Show with Trey North and Chris McAllister. Now, let's get back to the show. Hey, everybody. Before we get back to the show, I just want to give a shout out to Juan Alaman. He has two great podcasts on this Spreaker platform. One is the 80s Hour. If you love 80s, anything 80s, from movies to candy. He even talked about 80s candy last episode. You want to go to that podcast. It's called the 80s Hour with Juan Alaman. And he also has a great wrestling way back podcast where everything is wrestling. If you're a fan of wrestling, you don't want to miss this podcast. Two great podcasts right here on Spreaker.com. Now let's get back to what we're talking about, chameleons.
You're listening to the Next 15 Podcast Show with Trey North on Spreaker.com.
All right, we're back. We're up in this chameleon thing right here. So,
Chameleoso.
Chameleons.
Hey, little buddy.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, you're so cute. Yeah. I can't stand myself after this episode. I need to change my life.
You do it every day.
Well, wait a minute. Now, I didn't heard you too. Now, see, you starting stuff. So now I'm finna bust you. What about, hey, Pastor Kim, hold on a second. Sit down. I ain't gonna tell you no more to sit your butt down somewhere. Pastor Kim, it's so good to hear from you.
Checkmate.
It's like checkmate.
Exactly.
Checkmate.
Now,
Absolutely.
where was I at? Leave me alone. On a serious note, a lot of people, let's just take the pandemic. Let's take what we're going with the current things, what's going on with the president, with this election and upcoming inauguration. A lot of people are hiding.
Yeah.
There are chameleons or people that hide feelings of depression, because we talked about the mood of a chameleon now.
Yes, absolutely.
Depression, anxiety, sickness,
right.
Stress, all of that, all of the above. Like, maybe what are some signs? I mean, are we able, because as chameleons we adapt, but are we also attentive enough to notice or see when people are chameleonous or adapting when it comes to how they feel, especially with friends?
Right.
Now, you might not know it with the person that you work with, or somebody you don't have that relationship, but what about with your friends or your family members?
Well, you know what? There's a couple of ways, and that's so crazy, man, because me and Pastor Kim talk about this type of stuff a lot, and what we've noticed, man, is when you start talking about somebody who is a chameleon and they have played a role for so long that they're no longer true to themselves, that's a great way to slide into depression. And so, because you've had to be something that you're not, or you've had to put up something for so long that is not really connected to you, right? And so, one thing that you can really look for is I don't want to say tone of speech, but you actually look at what motivates them to talk. Like, people who deal with depression, or in that regards, what I've begun to learn is everything has a negative connotation to it, a negative tone. It's always something wrong, something's always not right, or something's always irritating, something's always stressing them. You know what I mean? And the thing about that is that they spend a lot of time like letting you know, well, this is what I don't like, or this is the problem with the world today. This is what's going on with Trump, or this is what's going on with Biden. Because let's not just say that Trump supporters are the ones with the issue. We got some Biden, and Kamala people who who feels so disrespected in what's going on right now. And so that's one thing I've been just kind of noticing, with people at work, and I have a good boss of mine that I've seen and heard him say some things that I was just like, okay, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he's dealing with depression, but I'm just saying that he could definitely very well be, dealing with it. And so again, it's the what motivates people to talk at that point.
That's good that you said that. What motivates people to talk? I think. Let me ask you this: what message for those chameleons out there that are going or suffering from depression or suffering from mental abuse, verbal abuse, spousal abuse, all of those, all the above? Like, what advice would you tell someone who's faking it just to try to make it? You know what I mean?
Right.
They get up every day, they go to work, they take care of their kids. That single mother out there, she's going through, a whole lot of stuff. You know what I mean? What would you say to that person that's a chameleon, right? So that they don't go deeper. Yeah, sink deeper into what they're already in, where it'd be almost, I don't say impossible to come out of. But
so the first thing would be, I would say it's twofold. The first thing is that you got to understand yourself and admit to yourself that you aren't the person that you're trying to be. That is coming to the knowledge and admitting that. That's the first thing. Then you go get the help that you need. And let me throw this caveat. Church can help, But there are things, and there are individuals who are licensed, who are trained to help pull you out of those particular states. You know what I mean? Okay, if you get shot today with a gun, what do you run to? The church or the hospital?
Right.
Okay. And so with that being said, I tell people all the time, at that point, go get the necessary help.
So you mean like counseling?
Counseling.
Some
some
psychologists or psychiatrists or
some form of help.
I think a lot of people run from that. I mean, and some people would even argue the fact that you don't need that. You go to church, but I understand what you're saying. Like, how can you?
Well, but you can't. You're part of the problem. You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes we try to fix ourselves when we are the problem or part of the problem. And you need somebody that's going to be able to come in with the solution. I'm going to tell you right now, as pastors, a lot of pastors aren't prepared to deal mentally and psychologically with some of the issues that people deal with on a daily basis.
I'll give you that.
And that's just real.
They're not trained. They're not.
They're not exactly. And I believe the help of a pastor with a counselor, with a accountability partner at that point, all that good stuff, all of it working together is what helps pull you out of that depression or that state of stress or whatever may have you. So that it's twofold. So first admitting that you might be dealing with depression or you might be dealing with being somebody that you're not. The minute that you understand and you know that you're dealing with that, it's time to go get some help.
I like what you said. It could be reach out and getting that help, then going to your pastor. They work together.
Yes,
it's like when you and that's a good example. Another example would be, hey, I'm sick. Right. Well, I can pray and stand in agreement with you in faith.
Right. But
come on, let's be real. There are medications that could help you. God has also placed knowledge in man to find different medicines. Yeah. So if you're hurting, you got a headache, go take an aspirin, go take an ibuprofen. Hey, or, we'll believe that headache will be, gone.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Pastor, I got COVID. In the name of Jesus, we're going to pray. Right. Now we're going to get you to this hospital so they can hook you up to this ventilator. You understand? And we're going to believe God for to operate through this ventilator to open up your airways. You see what I'm saying? Like, there isn't a different, people try to make a difference between, spiritual help and then also physical. Sometimes, like, it works together, guys, so, man.
That's good.
Hey, guys. So Shamika said, just being transparent and letting someone know you are there and we listen to them is helpful. And Pastor Kim said, love yourself first and find that inner self. Do what makes you feel whole. Take care of yourself.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
I agree with both statements. I mean, we find, we find people hiding all the time, even in our children.
Yeah.
They're the greatest, to me, they're the greatest chameleons of all.
Yeah.
Time.
Yes,
because,
sir.
I mean, as honest as they are and they'll tell you the truth, they are chameleons. They won't even talk to you. They'll talk to somebody else. Or, you think everything's great and you don't know their life's in shambles.
Right.
You're like, wait, we just went to Disneyland last week. How's your life in shambles?
It's like, my boyfriend just left me.
Right. I don't know. Andrew, you got kids. Do you go? I mean, do you have known your kids to be chameleons, or do y'all have a great relationship where they tell you everything?
No, my kids are chameleons. When they at home, they are different. When they go to somebody else's house or they go to school, they are different. They talk different. Their body language different. So my kids are different.
They adapt. They blend in.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know how to tell you. I was that same kid. Like, I was one way at home, and then I would go to school and be a totally different person. And then they would call my mama because I got in trouble at school. And then my mama knows. She'd be like, I know you ain't the same person at home as you is at school. Like, because you get in too much trouble around here.
I used to be a chameleon.
Yeah.
Like, man, I used to go to my friend's house and their moms be like, he's just so sweet. He's so sweet. Oh, you have raised the greatest son ever.
Right.
And I'm back there smoking pot.
Right. It's like I'm getting your son high is what I'm doing.
Take this. I'm like Denzel on Trade Today. Smoke this.
Okay, guys, we have a question in the chat room.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
So, do we blend in a crowd when there's someone at work no one's talking to, or do we take a chance and step up and be the bigger person to not blend in with the mess? Tell the truth.
That's good.
Who'd that come from?
Pastor Kim.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Got a question. So, I say a question, but I would say that depends on how strong that individual is. The person who's going to be going out of the character to deal with the person that's by themselves. Because everybody isn't strong enough to go do that. You know what I mean? It takes a strong individual to say, I don't care what 99% of the office is talking about.
Right.
I'm going to go and reach out to this individual, or I'm going to go and blend in with this one person that everybody might have their own opinion about. Again, now to me, that's a strong person, to be able to literally be the I don't want to say the odd man out, but to be the backbone of that other individual at that point. Everybody can't do that. And I don't think that's, to me, is that being a chameleon? No, because a chameleon would just go with the majority and blend in with the ones who don't want to, you know what I mean? I mean, the ones who are talking about or shaming or, I don't know if that's what she meant, but, that are that portion. But I think it takes a strong individual to be like, no, let me go find out for myself if that person's really a liar. Let me go find out. Let me go find out if this person is really, conniving or whatever may have you. It takes a big person.
That's good. Yeah. If you guys got any questions or comments, you can put them in the chat room.
Yeah.
Or call us 512-827-9164.
We love to talk to you.
Yeah.
Glad
to have Rod Garrett in here.
Dr. Rod.
Rod Garrett, owner of Ball Bearded and Blessed.
I
know, like that's a Pro Bowl on the side. You owe me for that. Let me get Breeze bonnets. Breeze in here too. Breeze bonnets.
We take checks, money order, or cash.
I've enjoyed this.
This has been good.
It has been good.
It's always good to be back, man. Like, really.
This is season 3. Listen, y'all, we got a lot of stuff in store.
Yes.
You don't understand where the next 15 is going, but I promise you, if you follow us, you'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
Shows lined up, special guests already lined up.
Yeah.
Man, we got some heavy hitters too.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna have Pastor Kim will be
in studio
behind the mic, because guess what, y'all? It's randomish.
It's time for randomish
2021. This is where the gloves come on.
Yeah.
The mascara comes off. The earrings come off.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? And it's 1-on-1 battle.
Yeah.
With the men versus the women. So here's what I need y'all to do. Seriously, guys, y'all that are listening in the chat room, or maybe you downloaded it and caught the show after it's already aired. Listen, next15podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I want you to send me your greatest debate between a man and a woman. Your questions or your comments. Send them to me at next15podcast@gmail.com. And let us know so that we can get on this air and rip these ladies up.
Whatever.
I'm telling you.
We ain't lost yet. I'm just letting you know. We ain't lost yet.
We find a way. There's always a way.
Not
you
true.
Know what? You know what? Before we get off air, there is one thing that we have not gotten the answer to. You already know where I'm going with this.
Absolutely.
Okay, which one is that one?
I want to know, why can't women say I'm sorry?
Well, there's two. Why do women cheat?
Oh, my goodness.
Who drive better, men or women? Who cook better?
I want to know the truth.
Listen, y'all, we thank you so much. You'll never get back these 60 minutes of your entire life, but thank you so much
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sticking with us tonight. We are so glad to be back on the air for season 3. Listen, you can follow us at Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at Next 15 Podcast. That's at Next 15 Podcast on all 3 of those platforms. You can also go to the website, next15podcast.com. Listen, I would love for those who haven't already to drop us a review. Go to the reviews tab and drop us a review. Tell us what you like or what you don't like. We don't care. We don't want you to be a chameleon. We don't want you for adapting. We just want to know your honest opinion. Literally, who takes hotter showers? We'll talk about that next week, Rod. I see you in there. Listen, I'm serious, you guys. Email me next15podcast@gmail.com. It's not hard to remember.
Yeah.
And we want to know what you guys want to debate on. We'll throw that in the topic, and I promise you, when Pastor Kim gets on here,
it's
Lord
gonna be
Jesus,
all
it's
guns
gonna be,
blazing.
I mean, it's gonna be shots fired. That's
Yes,
what it's
sir.
gonna be. It's gonna be self-sabotage. Plug.
Nicely done.
Plug.
Nicely done.
Listen, guys, Chris McAllister, Andrea Clark, Trey North for the Next 15 Podcast. We'll see you guys. We love you. Happy New Year.